Wall Street's hostile takeover of America's real estate market. I am Jen Nodine. I'm a licensed mortgage loan officer in North Carolina. I've been in the business for almost 30 years, and I'm disgusted by what Wall Street is doing and has done to our real estate market. So I've been tracing the history of their involvement in it to find out how we got here. I was going to cover the rise of subprime lending today, but you know, that tax break in 1981 that I talked about in my last video wound up being such a sweet deal for Salomon Brothers that I just had to take a closer look at it. And there is a lot more that you need to know about it. First of all, it was presented as a measure to help the savings and loans. Reagan called it substantial assistance for the thrift industry. But it was a change in the tax law. We're talking about accounting tricks, not assistance. And the savings and loans wound up in much worse shape after paying huge premiums to Salomon Brothers in order to utilize this so-called assistance. So in reality, it did the opposite of what they said it was going to do. And the reason I point this out is that it's a pattern. Actually, there are several patterns happening here. We're going to see these again and again throughout our timeline. And that's why they're important to point out now. First of all, we have a standing president presenting falsehoods to the public and an obedient news media supporting his narrative across all media outlets, no dissenting voices. Everyone is in agreement. This is great for America. And then we find out later that it actually wasn't. Another pattern being employed here is bait and switch, because it was actually sold as the biggest tax cut in American history. That's what got it passed. It was supposed to provide immediate relief to Americans who were struggling financially under the high unemployment, high inflation, high interest rates. This promise to give Americans a 25% tax cut sounded like help, when the truth of the matter is, as soon as this law passed, that they were already drafting a bill to roll back most of the tax cuts. And so in 1982, another tax law passed that was the largest tax increase in American history. This law was not really meant to benefit Americans or the savings and loans. It was meant to do exactly what it did, to benefit Salomon Brothers. And that's another pattern. Laws that seem to benefit the public when they're really written for Wall Street. Think about it. If they didn't know, if this was just some kind of lucky play for them, they wouldn't have been ready. They are a private partnership. If they had faced a fire sale of $1 trillion worth of mortgages as a partnership, they wouldn't have had deep enough pockets, even at fire sale prices. But on the day before this fire sale starts, the partnership is dissolved, and they have now merged or been bought by a corporation called Fibro. And the merger takes effect on October 1st, which provides them with an immediate cash infusion of $300 million in cash. It also magically transformed Salomon Brothers into a publicly traded company on the New York Stock Exchange. This gave them access to even more capital because they were able to just sell stock instead of having to borrow. So it's clear that Salomon Brothers is preparing for this fire sale well ahead of time. They're making moves to ensure that they have enough working capital come October 1st when the fire sale begins. And this deal didn't just fall out of the sky into their laps. It took months of planning. In fact, it appears that they started planning it in May, because that's the month that they spun off Fibro from its parent company. Salomon Brothers had so much riding on this bill, they needed it to pass. It had to include language that made it irresistible. The bill was introduced on July 23rd by a senator from Illinois called Dan Rostenkowski. He was later convicted of a felony related to his acts of corruption, conspiracy, money laundering, and mail fraud. I think we can safely assume that Salomon Brothers paid this guy to introduce their bill. It would not surprise me in the least if a lawyer for Salomon Brothers drafted the whole thing. They added the tax cuts for everyday people, sweeten the deal to make sure that it had strong bipartisan support. And the bill passed passed the House on July 29th and the Senate on July 31st. And July 31st was when Salomon Brothers had an emergency partners meeting to tell everyone that they were going to be merging with Fibro. So they were obviously waiting to make sure the bill passed before they went forward restructuring the company. And if you're not convinced that this law was written specifically for Salomon Brothers around this deal, listen to this. A couple of the tax breaks that weren't rolled back in 1982 were the reduction in taxes on windfall profits and the reduction in taxes and bonuses for employee-owned stock programs. And that's because as soon as the merger went through, all the partners of Salomon Brothers became employees of the corporation, and they had $250 million in convertible stock options. By the way, the stock just about doubled in price over the following year, largely in thanks to the huge subsidy from this tax law, which, by the way, was called the Economic Recovery Tax Act of 1981. See, this isn't just about Wall Street greed or Washington corruption. It's about the intersection of those two things and how it impacts us and how effectively these people manipulate our perceptions of events as they're happening to make us think that something is good for us when it's not. Until next time.